You know Julie's in charge, right?
Well, I want the world to know that it's very stressful for me that I won't be at the senior celebration this year on May 6th at the Senior Citizens Council on North Catherine Street in Plattsburgh. Why? Hey, you don't have to know everything. No, I'll be in the sun with any luck at all somewhere basking and getting my first suntan since last year. But in early May, we decided to come here anyway because I like it here. And I've spent a good slice of my life at the Senior Citizens Council for various celebrations of one kind or another. My wife comes down here twice a week to do her, she goes, osteo thing. And I just love it here. It's got a good feeling about it. And I've been here many times. And I haven't missed too many of the senior celebrations since they began. And that wasn't last Tuesday. Calvin will be here, however, on Friday the 6th. That program will be seen comfortably attached to the end of this one. And I know it's going to be a terrific senior celebration this year. They've all been good. Now, let's go around the horn and identify ourselves.
Okay. I'm Julie Stalker. I'm from JCEO. I'm the Senior Outreach Director, and I am the chairperson of this wonderful committee.
Whoa.
So
Take a deep breath and try to get that in your craw. And you are?
Debbie Alexander, Congregate Meals Director.
And?
I'm Paul Adams, the Food Service Director for the Senior Nutrition Program.
You're undermanned here, young man.
I'll be all right.
I didn't know it. Oh, you will be, huh? And you are?
I am Sally Garvey with the Clinton County Office for the Aging.
And?
I'm Patty Colleen, and I'm the program coordinator here at the Senior Council.
The senior celebration is a very important event, and the seniors are making up a pretty good sized portion of the population these days. In case you haven't looked around, and I look in a mirror every morning when I get up, although I didn't shave today. But this senior celebration, every year we say this one will be bigger and better. Well, will it be?
of course it will. It's a great day. It's all about the seniors. How can it not be bigger and better?
You know, I said we have a large population in Clinton County. There are always, as they used to say in the Army, there are always a few who don't get the word. But if they don't know about this senior celebration coming up on Friday, May 6th, it's because they've been hiding under a rock or something, because it has been well publicized.
Then this may be busy, but if, we go all day. We start at 8 o'clock and we go all the way till 3. So there's always stuff going on. So please come on down and visit.
And there's something for everybody, isn't there?
Yes, there is. We have wonderful entertainment planned for the day, and we have a fabulous menu that Paul will tell you what it is. Going in to go with our theme, which is a hoedown theme this year.
Oh, is it? I love
Yes,
it.
it is.
All right.
Paul will give you an idea what we're having for lunch that day.
And you're going to play the fiddle.
No, I'm going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Well, that's good. Just put tap shoes on, and we can
No.
count that as entertainment.
Cowboy boots.
Oh, cowboy boots are good. So what's going to be to eat? I'm sorry, I'll have my fork with me down south.
Well, actually, all this will start at 7 a.m. We're going to offer a free breakfast to everyone who shows up. We're going to
Come
have
on.
coffee, assorted juices. We will be here, and so you'll be in Myrtle Beach. But it's assorted fruits, it's Danish, it's muffins, it's yogurts, Nutri-Game bars, and of course coffee. And that's free for everyone who comes. And that starts at around 7 a.m. for those showing up early. And for lunch, and it's comfort food for the down-home country meal that we're going to offer. It's barbecued pork in a bun, crackling cornbread, Carolina coleslaw, fresh sweet potatoes, and peach crisps. And so that's offered to approximately the 200 folks that will be here. And that's the same menu that we'll be serving with the Meals on Wheels program. So our kitchen staff will also be serving that same meal for another 600 people throughout Clinton County. And so on that breakfast portion that I mentioned, that is being sponsored by Walker Funeral Home. And so they have donated the food to that, and we're always very grateful for that.
I just want you to know, young man, that every meal I've ever had has been comfort food. In case there was any question on your mind and looking at this rather opulent corpus, yes, I haven't skipped many meals. As a matter of fact, as we stand here, I think it's the 2nd of May, I smell food, so I think there's lunch being served right now.
Oh yeah, every day, Monday through Friday, there are meals served here as well. So it's the same balanced meal that we'll be getting on Friday, May 6th.
What do you think?
I think it sounds fabulous. And I got to be in charge of decorations this year. So with our hoedown theme, I've got lots of bandanas and cowboy hats and boots and different types
You got to
of...
bring in real horses.
Well, you know, I was asked not to because they leave
If I were here, you'd have one end of the horse anyway.
We need a cleanup committee. For that.
We would. Nobody wants to be the cleanup committee.
So have you got your little committee ready to put stuff up?
Yeah, me.
Isn't that the way it always? Yeah, I need 3 volunteers. You.
And you. Yeah.
So you'll start before 7 o'clock in the morning.
I will start the day before.
Oh, will you really?
Oh, yeah.
It's always fun, and I remember the days. Did it start at the Crate Center?
It did.
It started at the Crate Center.
It did start at the
And
Crate
that's
Center.
a big facility.
And they'd start actually, Monday would be their kickoff day and go all week long until get it all ready by, they would leave there late in the afternoon, early evening, Thursday night, and be back early in the morning to open the doors. So
You know, the hometown cable archives have a few of those senior celebrations in the can, as they say. And I covered a number of those before when I was on the radio, and that's a long, long time. It's not before they had pictures on TV, but it's a long time ago. But it's fun. It's absolutely fun
actually been-
every year.
This is our 22nd annual.
Oh, you got it all planned out for 20? Is that possible?
So that's how many years ago you were at the crate.
Wow. I think about that, and I was a senior citizen then, and I'm a really senior citizen now, and you know what? I'm walking and talking.
We went to a training the other day and they told us that there are 10,000 seniors that turn 60 every day in the United States. Isn't that amazing?
You know, it's a tribute to modern medicine, good genetics, clean North Country Adirondack air. You know, there is something about this North Country that lends itself to longevity. I know you're planning to be here at least 60 more years. But I tell people all the time, I graduated from high school in 1955, and every one of the members in that tiny class in Moira is still alive. And we will have another celebration this summer in June after I get back, and it's great to see all those old people whom I don't recognize anymore. But then they look at me and say, I don't think I remember you. But it is great. It is there's a lot of healthy things that happen here on the course of a regular week or months at the Senior Citizens Council and the Senior Citizens Center. And I, for one, am thrilled that you found this place, this building on North Catherine Street as a home, aren't you?
I am. We're really proud of this building and everything that goes on here. I mean, Patty and her staff, Maria's staff, do a lot of things that are just unbelievable. So again, with holding the senior celebration is a great opportunity. And we like to also mention, Gordy, as our major sponsors. We have 2 gold sponsors this year, Champlain Valley Senior Community and Pine Harbor again this year. So
Wonderful.
we couldn't put this day on without them. So, and we have several agencies that come in and put up booths for people to walk around and get information and stand and talk to people so they can get everything going on, plus the entertainment. And I mean, I know we touched on it a little bit, but we really haven't told you exactly what we're doing. So,
I'm ready. I just wanted to say before I move forward with that theme that a lot of my friends and some people who aren't my friends, he said, chuckling, think Kay and I moved to Pine Harbor because on Valentine's Day, the Sweet Adelines asked Kay and I to go out there and sit around the fireplace while they sang love songs to
One of
Kay
the
and I.
Sweet Adeline.
And,
We have a Sweet Adeline
and,
in our group
and
here.
people looked at the caption under the photograph the next day in the paper and said, "Oh, Gordy and Kay are finally over the hill. They sold their house on the river and moved to Pine Harbor. Pine Harbor's a beautiful place to live." But we didn't move there except for that evening, when they took photographs of every angle.
They
To the
did.
point where I was embarrassed because I hadn't shaved off my nose hairs that day, and you know how that goes. No, it was beautiful. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about the entertainment.
And you're going to really wear your tap shoes, no?
No, not at all. No, but you know, the main purpose of the event is to give everybody the information, and I just want to remind people that we do have 38 booths, 5 of which are new this year.
Come on.
I'm not telling you who, it's a surprise. You have to come and see who they are. But so the room is full. You know, we've maxed out. I have people asking for next year to get in, so we'll have to try to configure that. But in the morning, Erin Keefe will sing the national anthem. We're going to give out the awards. We do the Business of the Year and the Agency of the Year. And again, that's another secret. You got to be here. That happens about 9:30. And then who used to be Frank and Galen, which are now the Senior Serenaders, they'll be here till lunch. Then we're going to break for lunch. And then the North Country Squares are coming in, and we're going to all learn how to square dance this year. So they'll be here for a couple of hours.
Have any of you ever square danced before?
Gym class.
All of you have? Really?
6th grade.
You know, I was asked to go to Malone to make a ghost story presentation or one of my usual lip flapping presentations in the past, and I walked into a building in Malone, and I recognized it the minute I drove up front because it was the old Grange Hall where I learned to square dance when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
And I remembered little snaps of those old square dance calls and the fact that the boys were on this side and the girls were on this side. And rarely did they ever really get together except for the do-si-do. But you know, our memories are concocted in strange ways, and mine are really bizarre. But if you ever square dance, you remember the first time.
You do, right? When you were little in school and you had to touch that boy, nobody wanted to touch that boy. That was horrible.
But since I am infinitely older than all of the people in this room almost combined, when I was in 3rd grade, you were learning things like the Virginia Reel and really, really old dance moves that our forefathers had probably not too many years before that. But I do remember because I grew up in a very fundamental religious family where regular dancing was not allowed because people moved in fairly close sometimes when they danced, and that wasn't cool. So I'm not sure that my mother didn't complain when I learned how to square dance, but by that time it was too late. She'd already lost me forever and ever.
Isn't that interesting, though? They still have carried that through the years where they get the kids to learn to do some types of steps, whether it be the Virginia Reel or square dancing or any of that stuff.
Those were the days where we learned cursive writing in 2nd and 3rd grade. Really? We learned a lot of the old wonderful patriotic songs. You still have many dedicated teachers, but don't get me started on cursive writing and all that good stuff from school. But we all have those poignant memories of our childhood. And isn't it great that once we get to the age where we're considered senior citizens, and I got grandchildren who are almost 50 years old, but then you do reflect on the old times. And a place like the Senior Citizens Council is a very special opportunity for people. Instead of getting in the recliner and putting their feet up and not going out even to get the paper in the morning, they're out mixing and associating with friends.
Yeah, we have a wonderful group of people, and they're very welcoming. So lately, like when people come in, the other group is so welcoming that they stay. Because I can remember the day when there was 8 people that had lunch here, and we're up to like 40, 50 sometimes a day now.
See that? It's all your fault.
It's good food.
Mix it up, twist and shout. No, it is great. It's very, very important that people get out and really enjoy themselves, commiserate, tell stories, compare medications.
Part of our nutrition program, we do have 7 sites that are located in the county.
That's a good point. Tell me
And
about them.
one of the biggest things about that is the socialization factor, because there are a lot of folks that are on their own now because they've lost a spouse or they've just aged out of their family or whatever. So at all of the sites, they have the opportunity just to chat with people, have a wonderful, nutritious lunch. Some like to play cards, some like to play bingo. There's some exercise classes that go on at the sites as well. So the social factor is just huge, so that these folks that are still well enough to get out, that don't need the home delivered meals yet, but they can sit and have lunch with other folks and share conversation and all sorts of good stuff.
One of my nephews came to visit my wife Kay a couple of weeks ago on the occasion of her 90th birthday. And, she's as active as many of our grandchildren are, but he delivers the Meals on Wheels on it. He has like 50 or 60 every day.
Yeah.
And he said it is one of the most rewarding things he has ever done. And you know what else he said? The food is great, isn't it? So what are we leaving out here? And how come you're so silent over here in the corner?
Oh, I'm not silent.
Oh.
No. I just wanted to add about the home delivered meals routes is that for some of those folks, those drivers are the only people they see all day. And it's a wonderful interaction for both parties. We have some wonderful drivers, and I think that they bring so much to the table by helping these folks out in the community. So,
From the moment I landed in town here, and that was before any of you were born, I have promoted the volunteer spirit that we have in the North Country. And for all those years, 36 of them when I was on the radio, and since that time, almost 19 years with Calvin on television, I have applauded the people who are willing to volunteer their time and tell them individually and collectively that they make a difference.
They do make a huge difference. I have a core group of volunteers here that every day they do something. Today, one of them helped serve the meal just so that we could get it out. And they came to me and said, "Can I help?" You know what I mean? They don't wait. They always find it and say, "I'm going to do this," and they take care of everything.
This might be an opportunity for those who are watching this program called Our Little Corner on Hometown Cable to let people know that there are many activities that go on here on a daily and weekly basis besides the senior celebration, right?
There are. Patty has a lot of things going on here. I mean, Tai Chi, the Growing Stronger program goes on here. Also,
Aging Mastery program is
Aging Mastery,
starting
which is
tomorrow.
But one thing I wanted to mention, because you made it click, because you mentioned a 90-year-old driver or a person like that. We also, on this day's senior celebration, celebrate our 90s. Our 90-year-olds. So we have a special booth dedicated directly for them. They can come in and sit down. They get a special corsage to wear, so they're all recognized. That people that are at the event can see that they're 90 years old. They get a gift and are entered into a nice drawing too. So it's a really nice little area for them to sit and have coffee and talk to other 90-year-olds to kind of reminisce about things. So I just wanted to click that in there because you had mentioned 90s. So
There's a couple of good drawings going on during the senior celebration. My wife has won a few things. She has a beautiful white robe that she keeps hanging in an upstairs guest room, and any female guests and maybe a few male guests that we've had in need of some night clothes, she'd say, "Guess where I got this? At the senior celebration." So there is something for everybody at the celebration.
There is
all day long.
At our booth, we have an Afghan that, again, my volunteers made and donated to us, so that we'll raffle off that Afghan. But usually all the booths bring a prize to raffle off. So that's
true. I see
38
people walking around with
potentials.
their little bags ready for the free
Yep,
loot.
and they always usually have a giveaway. Some will be plants, sometimes it's gardening tools, sometimes it's movie tickets. One time they gave away a lottery tree. It had all scratch-off tickets. But each booth will bring their own raffle prize.
So you have some extra booths this year, huh?
Oh, I have new booths. We don't have any extra room. We have maxed out that room
Sold
this year.
out.
So you have
We're gonna have
five
to-
new ones.
We're going to have to figure out this year how to get them bigger and better next year.
You could designate every room down here for special people.
Well, this is the lunchroom. This is where we're going to serve 150 people lunch.
how many people do you suppose have attended the senior celebration over all those years? Did anybody ever get their abacus out?
22 times. Well, it was bigger back then.
You mean how many people have been to all 22, or how many people do you think?
Or anything you want to, I just,
Whatever
I
you
thought
want
of
to
that
say.
as the next question, because you're planning what, a few hundred this year?
Yeah.
A few hundred?
Yep.
And it seems to me like there were hundreds that attended the
In earlier years, because the event was so long, I would say 5,000 plus seniors were probably there that would come from different areas to come. So
Isn't that truly, truly amazing? And when I mention things going on all the time, I'm thinking of stained glass classes. I'm thinking of computer classes. I'm thinking of various athletic activities. And I remember my late mother, who died back in the 80s, who was a champion bowler in the Senior Olympics way, way back when, and was so proud of the fact that she was able to participate.
We have Wii bowling now. Wii bowling is
If you don't know what
huge.
Wii bowling is, you don't have any grandchildren or great-grandchildren or great-great-grandchildren.
We have 20 teams in our community, which is huge. We have the most teams in the nation for our community. We had
How my
3.
back hurts right
Yeah, right. We had 3 teams make it to the playoffs,
kidding.
and they love it. It's wonderful. They do 2 sessions each year, and in between they just bowl for fun, and they love their bowling, and they trump me. They do. I just bowled at Beekman Towers last Thursday.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I lost to 3 seniors. All of them were over the age of 70. So they're very good. People in walkers, people in wheelchairs can Wii bowl. We've got a couple of people with traumatic brain injuries that can Wii bowl. So it's a wonderful interactive thing that folks can do together, and they have a lot of team spirit. We've had some 300 scores, which are phenomenal.
that amazing?
Yeah, a couple people have gotten 300 scores more than once, so it's really exciting, and they enjoy that a lot. And we offer that at the sites as well.
As you people get more and more involved in the activities here at the Senior Center and the Senior Citizens Council, and as you yourselves grow a little bit older every day, you learn that there may be a whole, I didn't spend an extra long time looking at her at all. There might be an extra chapter about the philosophy and the psychology of growing older that you didn't think of when you were 22 years old. And I'm thinking about social site comments and cartoons I see every once in a while, an older person who's saying, as a caption, "How come my friends don't realize there's still a young person in here?" Because the way your mind sometimes ages is not the same as your body aging. So you often don't feel any different when you're 50 or 60 or 70 in your mind than you did when you were 22.
You are correct. I read something in Reader's Digest once that always
Well, it's
stuck
gotta
in
be
my
right
head.
if it's in
It
Reader's
said,
Digest.
"Don't complain about getting older, because some people never get to." So every day we get up
I
is
see
a good
that
day.
often, and I think about that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
lots to think about, and you people working with seniors every day of your lives have developed so many lasting friendships, and also that extra chapter in the philosophy of growing older. Because some of us, unlike other cultures like the Japanese, for example, have tended to discard seniors as they get into their 70s and 80s and 90s. But that tide is changing. Thank God it's changing.
that's true.
So we're embracing their wisdom and their
And they have value. Like
Value.
they have value. Every person has a value, and by them volunteering, it gives them that validation every day, and they feel good about helping others instead of a pity party. So yeah, they're very, very
no
valuable
pity
human
parties
beings.
at my house. and-
Exactly.
And that's for sure. Every time I say, "Kay, let me carry that," she says, "I want to carry it. I didn't get to be 90 years old by having you carry things up and down the stairs for me. I got to be 90 by climbing up and down there, and not to mention chasing all those kids and those grandchildren and those great-grandchildren." So, what have we left out? Are there any other activities planned for the senior celebration that we have failed to mention? We try to go through this thing and
know,
leave no stone unturned.
Gordy, I love it that you come and you do this for us, but we have to have some surprises. I'm just sorry.
really?
We have to get people to draw them in. So I think it's just they're going to have to come and see. So bring them
Well,
on down.
I would love to come just to see the hoedown, to see whether you're going to have any real bales of straw and hay, whether you're going to have some good hoedown music.
We're having a pig.
Petunia the pig is
Don't give it up. Don't.
Sorry, I can't make it.
That one I want people to come see.
Well, maybe you can have a kiss a pig contest. You never know. Do you know how many?
No, we didn't even think of that.
You know how you
Wouldn't be too long.
could.
We could fix that right now.
That's it, we got time.
In that case, you have to put lipstick on the pig just to fulfill that great old prediction about lip. Never mind. Can anybody think of anything else that we haven't mentioned here today? I didn't mean to tie you up all this time, but you know.
Well, we're talking about volunteers and how the seniors, there are volunteers for the Meals on Wheels program who deliver the meals. But even this generation coming up, there are college kids from the senior nutrition class that
Oh, I
are
love
coming
it.
here
I'm so
to
glad you
hand out the
mentioned
food to the seniors. So it's being passed on through generations. So it's very important to volunteer.
You know, you've just hit another nail on the head, and most people don't even hit nails on the head anymore. They have machines that do it. How many times have you heard people say, and when I do, I correct them, oh, those college kids. Just another college kid. Did you see what they, oh, though, guess what? I can point to several groups on campus and various other professors and programs that underline the importance of those kids who are willing to say, what can we do for this community? Fraternities and sororities and groups that get together to play bluegrass music, one of my favorites, and to do a lot of other things, just like you mentioned. You know, to sit on a sidewalk and collect money through cold weather and warm weather for some vital organization, or get up on a roof somewhere and bed down for a weekend or whatever. But it's really, really true.
Our meal service would not be possible without their help. Serving 200 people, we don't have enough staff to do that. So, it's a wonderful thing that they're coming to volunteer and help.
So you have just about included every segment of the population in this community, various religious and secular organizations that help out not only for this senior celebration, but throughout the year. And so that's a good idea that we tip our hats to all those people who volunteer in the community.
Yes, thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Who's got an extra 20 or 30 words to add? Anything else? The senior celebration. Huh?
Cost on Friday. What's the cost on Friday?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the cost.
Oh, it is
It
absolutely
costs at least
free.
$50 to get in, right?
To come in, it's free. But we do have a suggested contribution for seniors over the age of 60, and it's $3. And then anybody under 60, it's, correct me, Paul, what's the cost?
$8.
That's
If
for
they
the
eat
meal.
lunch. If they eat lunch.
Oh,
The event itself
They
is
don't eat it free.
Correct.
that's an excellent point. I'm glad Calvin thought of that. He always thinks of the stuff that I leave out anyway. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
Come and have fun.
I
Bring
would
an
like,
appetite.
I'd like to thank you all, and thank the lady who chickened out, who is the director of this cotton picking operation, who's standing over there wishing she had another plate of dessert so she could get out of talking again. But you know what? You're all a wonderful group, and yes, Maria, you've done your share. Thanks again. Thanks
Oh,
so
thank
much
you.
for what
Thank
you
you.
do. I know your senior celebration will be a tremendous success. It always will be, and far into the future.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching this segment of the program. Thanks to Calvin for carrying that heavy camera on his shoulders since 1983, and for bringing the senior celebration to you. And who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.